is it about your job that every day for 31 years has made you go, you know what, this is where I want to be?
You know, Mike, I have finally I did the right thing. In New York City, it is so difficult. The traffic may be even as worse as getting to the Red Robinson Theater.
You moved right by the...
So I tried. I moved across the street.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Which is a great luxury.
Just like how you started. What's the closest place I can live right beside the studio?
And it means a lot. So, but in New York, I walk across the street. Tornadoes, hurricanes, we don't care. I'm going to walk across the street.
Just march into the studio.
So that helps me going.
Yeah.
Because, and it's all ad lib. It's the 1 hour of total spontaneity.
How did the format get started? I mean, everybody loves the first 10, 15 minutes with you and Kelly. How did that format start? I read it was because of budgetary constraints on a show you did in San Diego, that they just had you chatting off the top?
Well, you know, that's probably a good way to put it. It wasn't San Diego, it was 1961. But I fell in love with Jack Parr. I don't know if you guys know Jack
Yeah,
Parr.
absolutely, yeah.
And because I wasn't a comedian, I wasn't anything. What was it? But I could maybe tell a story. I could entertain the guys on the corner in the Bronx where I grew
Irish,
up.
you got the gift of the
Well,
gab.
I hope so. Anyway, I said, I'm going to be like Jack Parr. You just come out, you sit down on a stool, and tell them where I had been, who I had seen, what I had done that week. It was a Saturday night show in San Diego. And so that's what I did. That turned out to be the highlight of the show. So when by the time 1975 rolled around and I was in Hollywood, co-hosting had become the thing on newscasts and in talk. So they wanted me to have a co-host, and I was afraid at the beginning because I was so used to doing it alone.
On, working with Joey Bishop.
Wow.
Channel 7 here.
And how you've fallen. Now look at you here with me.
And I found out early on that you have to compromise your own talent, your own ability, to blend in with her talents so that it becomes one talent.
We're not sure where its source population is, but a beaver actually has been seen in Bronx Park.
Isn't that incredible?
Can I ask you how many times Freakin' and I looked for a beaver in Bronx Park? And never saw it. Never! 200 years later, beaver shows up.
And that's what I finally did.
But
that's how it started, Fiona.
That's a real talent. I mean, really sort of recognizing that that's what you need to do.
People don't understand that. You know, there are so many talk shows. You guys get it. I feel you get it because you've been doing it for 10 years. And I sense a sense of security here in one another. But sometimes these people in Hollywood and New York just make me laugh. Well, he's an attorney. And she was a waitress once. Going to be great chemistry. Not going to be great chemistry.
Yeah.
So they make so many mistakes in so many shows. And we've had about 43 shows go off against me in New York since 1983 when I started there.
Do you get
because they all see it and say, it's a cinch.
Do you get competitive about it? I mean, when you know someone's coming out and they're coming out with a new show, do you sort of go, okay?
I can't wait for a year to pass and to see what happens. You know, it's unfortunate, but it's not their fault. Maybe they're better off being alone.
Doing something else,
But somebody else has made that decision.
Now, you could also have the opportunity to take your weekends off and, you know, relax at home, but instead you're performing like you are here in Vancouver. Why do you choose to do that and hit the stage when you could just...
You know, when you've done it for, how many years did I say, 31, 32? I enjoy getting out of our little studio.
Yeah.
And getting out and meeting the people who are watching our show. So that's why I do it, essentially. And it's a nice change of pace. It's a nice change of scenery.
And you and Joy get to travel around all the places.
Yeah, and Joy comes with me now, and so it's fun.
Every time it rains, it rains.
What's the music that you really enjoy and that sort of...
You mean that I'm going to do my show?
Yeah.
Well, I like the old stuff, you know. I'm not a hip-hop guy.
No? No rap?
Sorry to let you down.
Wait a second. Didn't 50 Cent say you were part of his crew?
Yeah, that's right. He wishes. But anyway, no, I do some of the old songs, and we have a sort of a variety show.
Yeah.
And then Joy comes out, we do some duets, we talk a little bit. It's funny, and it's got music, and I think it's very
No duets with Donald Trump tonight?
No, Trump didn't make it with me.
No, just for the Christmas album?
Yeah, wasn't that funny?
Then one foggy Christmas Eve, the Trumpster came to say,
You know, Rudolph, I've been on a worldwide search, and I hear your qualifications are just right to guide my sleigh tonight.
Are you going to put out a part 2, or are you going to put out another Christmas album?
You know, I thought about it, but what else am I going to sing? I've done the standards. I've done Christmas.
Trump's been on the album. What more can you do?
Don't need them anymore.
Blitzen, you're fired.
What about America's
drop
Got
'em.
Talent? Are people going to see that again?
You know, I'm not doing it this year.
Yeah.
I found out. Did I tell you that?
No.
No.
I haven't announced it yet, frankly, but this is a little scoop.
We're getting a scoop here with Regis.
Urban Rush.
How do you feel?
No, I found out, you know, I thought, well, I could fly from New York to L.A., do the show, knock it off, and fly back.
Yeah.
And what do you do on a plane? You read, you sleep. It'll be great. Well, it wasn't. Well, you know what traveling is like
Really
these
tough.
days anyway.
Exhausting.
You know, you walk up to the guy, the security people. Hey, Regis, how are you? Watch every day, everything. Take your shoes off.
And the pants.
Right, exactly. So it got to be too much for me. It really did. And it ruined every nice weekend we had in the summer, so I took a pass out of this
Well,
year.
and to do a 1-hour show, I mean, it takes 6,
forever
7
to-
hours, especially when you're doing something like that.
Exactly, it
variety
was on tape.
performance.
It was, you know, everything I'm not doing every day of the
Are
week.
you scaling down? Is that
A
what I'm
little
hearing
bit,
now?
no.
You're slowing things down?
Well, I took a pass on that one.
Did you do another game show?
Well, I love being on prime time.
Yeah.
And I had Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Of course.
And it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. And again, I walked across the street.
Yeah.
So it was easy, but to go across the country, pretty tough.
This was, and I mean this honestly, the best 10-year anniversary gift that we could have possibly had.
Well, I want to
We admire
congratulate
greatly.
you guys. That's
Thank you.
wonderful.
Thank you very much.
So when are you going to Hollywood? Don't talk loud. Marlene
question.
could hear you, and there'd be a whole problem.
Can I get your agent's card?
Hey,
He's
don't
here.
cut me out of this. Don't cut me out of this.
Don't
Not
cut him
now.
out, you guys.
If Pippa's ever sick, call me, Regis.
Oh,
Take a
that
quick
Pippa.
break, and we will be back with more Urban Rush right after this. I don't know how we're going to top this, though.
Okay, you and I. Let's go. Let's fight right now.
The
Come
first
on,
one?
get it over
First
with.
one?
10
You know
years.
I'd win, though. That's
We had a good time, and it was fun, and I got interviewed by the leading team up in Vancouver. Fiona and Mike, they do a show
Yes,
called Urban Rush.
of course.
They've been together 10 years, and of course, they want to know all of our secrets, you
Yeah,
know.
right. What did you tell them?
I
You
told
didn't
them
tell them my
nothing.
secrets,
we
did you?
have no secrets. But it was great, and I enjoyed meeting them.